Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Bobby Awadala, and he is here on behalf of Skincredible Dermatology and Surgery. Well, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's nice to have you on. I know we've been trying to get you in, and we're very excited to hear all about your services that you have. But before we get into all of that, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I am a board certified dermatologist. I'm also double board certified in Mohs micrographic surgery, and we'll talk a little bit more about what that is, but it's a skin cancer removal surgery that's got the highest cure rate. And just in general, I've been a dermatologist in Orange County. I grew up here from a young age in Yorba Linda and did my training all over the country, and then came back home and been practicing in the area for about 10 years. And I'm serving a lot of people in South County. I'm taking care of all age ranges and all walks of life, and I love doing it on a daily basis.
Well, you're very passionate, I can tell, and I know it's been very difficult to get you in here, so I appreciate you, making the time to come in and let us all know about yourself. So, as a whole, what do you do in your office at Skincredible?
Yeah, so Skincredible Dermatology strives to be the kind of one-stop for all skin problems and skin health. So we do all sorts of medical dermatology, which includes rashes and bumps and lumps and anything that is concerning with the skin. Once we find anything wrong, we'll do removals, which are called excisions, of atypical moles or melanoma or skin cancers. I'm also, like I said, double board certified in Mohs micrographic surgery, which is a specialized technique to remove skin cancers. Right. And that gives you a 98% clearance rate. And what's great about that is it also followed by a plastic reconstructive surgery after the fact. So you get a nice, seamless, scarless result, and you don't have to live with this horrendous scar. Yeah. Beyond that, we offer skin health with cosmetic treatments to uphold and refresh the skin. We do everything from Botox and fillers to lasers. We do some body sculpting work, so a little bit of cool sculpting and some muscle toning and stuff like that to keep us healthy. And then, of course, we always recommend a topical regimen for you. So we pick the right creams. We customize a cream selection of different products that will help make your skin the healthiest it can be.
Well, that's nice that you're sort of a one-stop shop for all of their concerns. Now let's talk a little bit about the Mohs surgery. I'm sure lots of people here are probably familiar with it, unfortunately, because we're in California. We love the sun. We've loved it forever. Right. And now, of course, we're paying the price. So Mohs surgery, tell me why that's different than some of the other kinds.
So when you get a diagnosis of a skin cancer, what normally is done is it's just removed with a standard margin. And so a bunch of doctors will sit down and say, for this type of cancer, we remove this much. And it's just a guesstimate. And then we send it to the lab, and we have a percentage clearance rate. And that's in the 80s to 90%. When we do Mohs, what we do is we try to get that clearance rate all the way up. And the way we do it is we take a minimal margin. So we take a little less margin than what's recommended, but we check it on the spot. So while you wait, I have a lab, I have a technician who processes the tissue and shows us 100% of the margins under a microscope. So I look under the microscope and I see your tissue while you're there. And if I see any bad cells, I go back and remove some more. And I don't call it clear until it's clear. So you come into the office, you get, we do a little bit. If we need to go back, we do a little bit more until you're clear. And then we do a facial plastic reconstructive closure to give you the optimal results.
Now let's look at those pictures again, because I wanted to show the results of, after. So when you look at the gentleman, I mean, you can't see that round at all. So what kind of treatment, you said afterwards, do you apply so he doesn't have a scar?
Oh, so I hand stitched this patient, and we put internal stitches and external stitches and put it together, align the skin so well that there's almost zero scar visible. I mean, you really, really have to look very hard. Nobody with a naked eye just looking at you will know. Yeah. Same with the lady next door. I mean, you see that she has almost no scar visible at all. I would say zero. I can't even see one. Yeah. And so that's part of the art of plastic reconstructive surgery after the fact. Right. And that's what we really offer our patients.
Well, and I'd have to say that it is definitely an art, and not necessarily just surgery, but the other things that you do for people cosmetically is an art as well, because if you go in for a filler or something like that, you could look horrible if you go to the wrong person.
That's right. So we pride ourselves on keeping people looking natural and bringing back a more youthful appearance without everybody knowing that, you know, we've been in there. We want to be kind of the secret sauce. We don't want anybody to know that anything's happened. We just want you to look rested and improve the overall appearance of the skin.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's different techniques. Botox works really well to stop the wrinkle formation. Fillers work well to replenish some of the volume that we lose over time. We lose a lot of volume in the cheeks, for example, when we revolumize the cheeks a little bit. And then it's meant to fill in some deeper creases that happen along the nasolabial folds and the marionette lines. And then lasers are used to kind of resurface the skin and treat the tone and the texture.
Right.
And so what we can do with lasers is we can focus on a color, whether there's reds or browns that are prominent in the skin. We can attack that color with the laser and get rid of the color. And we can also use a resurfacing laser that is meant to retexturize the skin. So it improves the appearance of wrinkles, pore sizes, and makes the overall appearance of the skin much smoother.
Right, right. And then a couple of other photos that we have is where you have used some dermal fillers underneath the eyes. So many of us have some bags under our eyes and a little crease. And here they're gone.
Yeah, so this is an absolute success. I do this with so many patients. And you know, the people that are skeptical have the most amazing look on their face afterwards because they're scared it's not going to look natural. It's the easiest procedure in the right hands, and it gives you this beautiful, beautiful result.
Yeah, well, it's pretty amazing because I think when people do have some of the bags under their eyes, they look tired, and they're not tired at all. And then people go, oh gosh, you look so tired. But then when you come back after they've had a filler, they're probably like, wow, what have you done? Yeah. And then no one's going to tell anything.
I always joke that people will tell them they look like they slept for 10 years.
Or had a really good vacation. Well, let's talk a little bit about your book. You have a book here. It's called Skincredible. And tell me all about it.
So, you know, I wanted to make it easy for people to understand what happens to the skin over time and what we can do to help improve it at different ages and along the way. Right. And so this is it's meant for just a simple read, really, to give you a background of what happens to the face, what happens to the body, what happens to the collagen, and how we can work to fix those types of things. And one thing that's really neat is I talk about the pyramid of skincare, and that kind of helps put into perspective the different levels of things that we can do. From level 1 being, you know, topical creams and sunscreens and antioxidants that help the skin on a base level that everybody needs at the base of their pyramid, all the way to the top layer, which is plastic surgery, and you're doing facelifts and things like that. But there's a lot of layers in between that we discuss.
Well, right, and in fact, you know, most people don't want to go down the path of full surgery, so there's a lot of things that they can do. What do you think is the most common, or what is the most common requested procedure that you do in your office?
From a cosmetic standpoint, I think Botox and fillers are very common. I think everybody's kind of understands that it's part of a skin regimen now, and keeping your skin healthy and vibrant and beautiful. From a cosmetic standpoint, I mean, we do a lot of skin checks. I have, the joke is that among my patients, that if any of them are walking down the street with a bandage, that, you know, there'll be somebody that walks up and says, "Did you see Dr. Bobby?" And, you know, I take care of a lot of skin cancers. It's my, you know, second board certification, and I'm doing a lot of Mohs surgeries, and so I'm doing a lot of that. So we're doing skin checks and surgeries, along with, you know, the regular general dermatology. But I would say those are the two biggest things.
Okay. So now, when you do a skin check, I mean, is that something that we should do every 6 months, once a year?
Yeah, I think it depends on your level of exposure and your history. So generally, I think people should at least get once a year skin checks, especially in Southern California. If you've had a diagnosis of a skin cancer in the past, that should drop to every 6 months. And if you've had numerous skin cancers, sometimes I do 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just really depends on what your needs are.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, I appreciate all the great information, and I wanted to let everybody know that if you want to know more about Dr. Bobby Awadallah over at Skincredible and the book, you need to send us an email, be the first person to send us an email to Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com, and we will get you a copy of this fantastic book. And then, of course, if anyone wanted more information about your services or you, they could always go to your website, skincredibledermatology.com.
That's right.
Or they can call the number that's on the screen.
That's right.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Anything I've missed?
Nothing. Come in and see us. We hope we can take care of you and make sure that you have the most vibrant, beautiful skin, and we're happy to help.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want more information about Skincredible, you can always go to their website, which is skincredibledermatology.com. We'll be right back.